My entire career was in Miami, and I got the opportunity to come a year ago here to Chicago to become the news director. All of my entire career has been in Spanish language television. I started when I was 16 years old. I'm very blessed to have had a mother who looked at my talents and said, how can I kind of gear her? Not tell me what to do, but kind of expose me to those careers in which I would be able to work off of those talents. And so at 11 years old, I walk into the Fox affiliate in Miami, and I see Marianne, and you know, most of us think that the only job there is in television is in front of the camera, right? And especially an 11-year-old, like, what is news? News is the person sitting in front of the camera. So we went there, I saw her do the news, and I went into a control room, and there was this person, I don't know if it was a woman or a man, but they were wearing headsets and they kept like punching this thing and telling somebody what to do. And I was like, you know, Mom, I don't really know what he does, but I know that that's what I want to do because they're bossing everybody else around. And so finally figured out that was a line producer. And that continues to be my definitely continues to be my passion. I've worked myself up, but if you ask me where I am truly, truly alive is in the booth, in telling stories, in breaking news, love hurricane coverage. I mean, I've been on the air sometimes 24, 36 hours, you know, just in the booth and keep going and going and going. And to me, it's an adrenaline rush, which kind of then makes me completely dysfunctional to work in any other job other than in television and in news, because any desk job is a little bit boring. So in going back, I at 16, again, my mother, through a friend of hers who's had a production company, they needed an assistant producer for a telethon. And this was with the Spanish language affiliate in Miami for Telemundo. And I didn't know what that was. I was on spring break, junior year in high school, and they said, do you want to do this? And I was like, sure, you know, why not? Let's see. Probably my friends were all at the beach and having a lot of fun, but this was kind of something I had never done before, so I figured, you know, that might be cool. So went there, basically made a lot of phone calls, coordinated people coming to the telethon. I mean, kind of stuff that is, you know, pretty common sense, and met a person who ultimately became the first mentor I ever had in this business. She was the head of like what is now considered creative services and community affairs within the television station. And so I went to go have, you know, a coffee with her, and she's like, hey, you know, I kind of like you. Do you want to stay around? Do you want to come in the summer and do an internship? Okay, yeah, sure. Go home, and I'm like, Mom, what's an internship? She's like, I don't know, but you say yes to everything. I was like, okay. So I got back, and I was like, okay, I want to do this. Got there, spent the summer there. Imagine, you know, spent the summer in a television station. This goes from what people's dreams are, you know, and that's, I think, the key that I've always talked to. And things I've been doing now in my career, which is exposing people and saying, this is not a dream. You need to walk into a TV station and say, this is real. This is not this Hollywood, Mickey Mouse, like, oh yeah, maybe I'll make it, or whatever. There was no doubt because I kind of lived it and I was in there. And then it went from being a dream to being just a reality very quickly because I put myself out there. This world is this big. This business is this big. You cannot screw it up because everybody will know. Forget about it. So, but when you do well, everybody knows, and then they'll call you. Pick somebody you admire and ask them to be kind of like a mentor to you. Okay. Because, and I think that some people are kind of shy about that because they feel like, I don't want to bother this person. Right. No, that's not true. Anybody, you asking somebody to mentor you or to give you feedback means that you respect their opinion, that you admire them. And so who wouldn't love that? It's like if I come and tell you, here, come with me, I need your opinion. I mean, doesn't that make you feel good? That's the same thing as being either a mentor, and maybe it's somebody who is just going to mentor you during the time there and is going to say, look, don't do this, here are the ropes. Hey, the other day you did this, don't do that. You know, those are important within your career. Go get real experience. Like, it's what I told them. I'm like, okay, now you've done it. Now it's how are you going to position that in your resume? How are you going to make your experience here count? It's not the same thing as walking into somebody's office and being like, I'm really cute, and I have a good attitude, and I want you to hire me. Oh, well, why should I hire you? No, because I'm really nice. You know, I deserve the job. No, you're going to impress somebody. We're like, look, with my camera, that's the incredible thing. I couldn't do that. There was no cell phones. There was no you know, if you wanted a camera, you had to spend $30,000 on a camera. You know, no. You can come back and be like, look, here's my website. I have a website. I do a blog once a week. You know, whatever it is, just do it. Because that becomes your portfolio. And then you get to sit in somebody's office and say, don't hire me for my potential, hire me for what I've already done. This shows potential, but now you're gonna be, and that type of initiative is priceless. Priceless. I mean, those are the kids that when I've had to interview, the kid that comes in with a business card, I'm impressed. The person who has a website, the person who has a YouTube channel, whether it's good or not, the better it is, great. You know what? But you start with something. You start with a blog, with a video, whatever, and you do it. And then the next day, you come back to it in 2 days, and you're like, this didn't work, this didn't work. You know, how can I make this more visually enticing?